Hey guys, it's Kenzie. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to words. Welcome back to another Coco and Jesus. Even though I don't have cocoa or really any hot drink today because it is a little hot out, and it's still like really early in the day and stuff. Okay, basically I just wasn't in the mood for a warm drink. Oh, hey, look at how fun that little poof of hair is. Anyway. But I do have chlorophyll water with me. Ugh, that is not good with mint gum. Anyway, I do have some chlorophyll with me, so that's my drink of choice today. Anyway, welcome back to our little Ruth study. And I know what you're probably thinking, Kenzie, what the heck? Why are you in the car? Why are the lights still on? Did I not shut the door all the way? I don't know. Anyway, the reason I'm in my car is because it's the only private place I currently have to film. So I decided, you know what? Let's go chill in the car for a little bit. She's making a lot of noises. Yes, sweetie, I know you're tired. It's okay. Okay, there we go. They're turning off now. But anyway, I believe we are in chapter 3. Let me double check that real quick. Okay, yes, we are on chapter 3. It's been like 2 weeks since I last filmed one of these. And even longer since I ended my personal study on the Book of Ruth, so. I didn't remember. I couldn't remember. But anyway, probably should have taken a look at what verses I'm going to be reading in. Okay. So, ooh. I got a new Bible. It's a note-taking Bible. It's so pretty. This is the NIV version, by the way. But yeah, that makes me really happy. So, just because, again, it has been a while since I filmed one of these, and since I've done my personal study on the Book of Ruth, I'm going to be, looking over at my King James one, just to see which verses I'm going to be reading in, because if you're new to this series, I can't read full chapters at once. Actually, I can't read out loud at all very well, so, if you're new here, hi, welcome to watching Kenzie not being able to read for however long you see me read. But anyway. So, we're going to start off in verse 3. So, to actually recap a little bit on the Book of Ruth. Ruth followed her mother-in-law, Naomi, to not Moab. No, to Moab. Yeah. Anyway, Ruth followed Naomi to her home country after Naomi's husband and sons passed. And then Naomi was like, hey, Ruth, there's this person. He is our family redeemer. He can help us. But we gotta find him. And Ruth was like, all right, cool. While we do that, I'm gonna go work in the field. And she was working in the field, and Boaz was like, who is that? She seems like a very hard worker. She is very beautiful as well. Who that? I want to talk to her. Who that? So, my hair's gonna poof because it's poofy because I've worn it in a ponytail all day. And now we are on to Naomi knows about Boaz, knows what his name is, and was like, hey, that's our family redeemer we're looking for. Tell him, see if he'll help us, you know. So anyway, now that the recap is done, we will actually get into reading. So chapter 3, starting in verse 3. Or actually, no, we'll start in verse 1. And we'll end at verse 3. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, My daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz of our kindred, with whose maidens thou wast? Okay. Behold, he winnoweth barley tonight in the threshing floor. Wash thyself therefore, and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get thee down to the floor, but not make thyself known unto the man until he shall have done eating and drinking. Now I'm going to really quickly read that again in my NIV version, just so that way it makes a little bit more sense. One day Ruth's mother-in-law Naomi said unto her, My daughter, I must find a home for you, where you will be provided for. Now Boaz, with whose women you have worked, is a relative of ours. Tonight he will be winnowing barley on the threshing floor. Wash, put on perfume, and get dressed in your best clothes. Then go down to the threshing floor, but don't let him know where you are there. Know you are there until he has finished eating and drinking. So Naomi was, telling her, hey, Boaz, yeah, he's the one who's gonna help us. He's our family redeemer. Go, go to him. But wait for the next thing that you're gonna do. And here's where it gets weird. Well, not weird, but not something you would normally think to do, especially in today's time. But it says in verse 4, And it shall be, when he lieth down, that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie. And thou shalt go in and uncover his feet and lay down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. And then in the NIV version, when he lies down, note the place where he is lying, then go and uncover his feet and lie down, and he will tell you what to do. Okay, so that's pretty easy to know, what it's saying. Should have forgot to brush through my hair. Anyway. And then in verse 5, I'm just going to read out the NIV version for this. She says, I will do whatever you say. I will do whatever you say, Ruth answered. So she went down to the threshing floor and did everything her mother-in-law told her to do. When Boaz had finished eating and drinking and was in good spirits, he went over to lie down at the far end of the grain. Ruth approached quietly, uncovering his feet, and lay down. In the middle of the night, something startled the man. He turned, and there was a woman lying at his feet. Who are you? He asked. I am your servant Ruth, she said. Spread the corner of your garment over me, since you are my guardian redeemer. Since you are a guardian redeemer of our family. So her lying down at his feet and covering his feet was a show of, hey, I am covering your feet and protecting your feet. Can you come cover my family and protect my family, is kind of what the showing of that was. "The Lord bless you, my daughter," he replied. This kindness is greater than that which you showed earlier. You have not run after the younger men, whether rich or poor. And now, my daughter, don't be afraid. I will do for you all you ask. All the people of my town know that you are a woman of a noble character." Now, in the King James Version, verses 10 through 11, which I just read 5 through 11, but verses 10 through 11 say, "And he said, Blessed be thou of the Lord, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning. Inasmuch as thou followest not young men, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, fear not, I will do to thee all that thou requirest. For all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman," which virtuous means having or showing high moral standards. My sticky notes fell. Now, another place we can see the word virtuous is in Proverbs 31 in verse 10, which starts out with, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is above rubies." So there's a showing of how Ruth is a Proverbs 31 woman. And that's really the only showing, it looks like. Wait. Okay. I forgot. I have a thing right here that shows me and tells me. Okay. So Ruth 3:3. We're gonna go back and reread that, which is the "wash thyself and anoint thee and put on your best clothes and everything," which coincides with Proverbs 31:22, which says she's clothed in fine linen and purple gowns. It cuts off at purple in this one. I don't know why. Yeah, but she dresses well. She takes care of herself. She dresses not really to impress, but just to sort of show, like, hey, I can get dressed up and fancy and all that. So, and then the next one is in Ruth chapter 3, verse 11, which I just said, Proverbs 31:10, that she is a virtuous woman, where she has high moral standards. And then I put in verse 10 of chapter 3 of Ruth, like, I underlined it and put a little note in it in pink, which, if you don't know, in my KJV Bible, pink is anything having to do with Proverbs 31. So, yeah, that completes our study on Ruth for today. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I know it's been a while since I filmed one of these, and so I was a little bit like, what the heck is happening? Like, I had no idea what I was talking about and stuff, which there's nothing wrong with. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a good day, night, evening, whatever time of day you are watching this. Jesus loves you, so do I, and bye!